Nuclear weapons have been around for more than 70 years. In that time, 9 countries have acquired them. North Korea is the latest, and it wants more. Other countries aren't shy about potentially acquiring their own. But these nations go nuclear for a lot of different reasons, and it rarely has to do with actually using a nuclear weapon. The most obvious reason nations build nuclear weapons is this: deterrence. If 2 nations can strike each other with a nuclear weapon and kill millions, then the chance one attacks the other decreases significantly. But going nuclear empowers governments in lots of other ways. For North Korea, it's largely about internal stability, protecting against regime change. It fears the US will try to topple its government, so it hopes nuclear weapons can prevent any action.
Kim Jong-un is on the path he's on right now because he believes that's necessary to enhance the survival of his regime.
This is different than a nuclear power like the United Kingdom. When Britain built the bomb, World War II was fresh in everyone's memories, and Western Europe was on edge over fears the Soviet Union would attempt to expand further into Europe. Britain didn't want to rely wholly on the US for protection, so the nation built the bomb as a means of self-defense. France, on the other hand, decided to build the bomb a few years later in a quest of reasserting its power status. It had already created a peaceful nuclear program in the years after World War II, and the nation's forced withdrawal during the Suez Canal crisis helped set the nationalistic tone needed to back weaponizing it. After China's successful tests in the mid-60s, India started building its own nuclear weapons program to rival its Asian neighbor. It detonated its first bomb in 1974, and a little over 2 decades later, India's other rival, Pakistan, built its own bomb. Of course, it's not always about rivaling other nuclear powers. Israel, which is assumed to either have nuclear weapons on hand or the ability to quickly put them together, would have the upper hand if any of its neighbors tried to overpower the small nation by conventional means. President Donald Trump's allusions to pulling US military support out of East Asia has also sparked some debate in South Korea and Japan about whether the 2 nations should pursue the bomb to deter a potential strike from North Korea. But there's a reason only 9 nations have nuclear weapons. They're a big responsibility, and no nation wants to let one slip into the hands of a non-state actor that doesn't play by the same rules.